and multiply our productive efforts as only you can to make a difference. Steer our best intentions for the safety and welfare for those in need. Blanket all of us with your love, your peace, comfort, and hope for the future. Amen. Would you please stand and join me now with the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Lancaster. In addition to Commissioner Lancaster, Commissioner Keefe is also attending remotely today. First item on the agenda is the public comment period. I'll ask the clerk if there are any speakers.
There are no speakers.
There are no speakers, so we will dispense with the public comment period. The next item is the approval of the agenda. Ms. Cannon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning, Commissioners. We respectfully ask that the board add an attorney-client session under closed session, which would be item 8.
Okay. For the addition, do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve with that addition.
Second. Moved and seconded. All in favor who's present, count your votes. Mr. Booth, Mr. Adams, Mr. Fairclough, and Mr. Evans. Okay, attending remotely, Mr. Keefe.
Approved.
Mr. Lancaster.
Approved.
Okay, that is unanimous among those who are present. Okay, item number 2, presentations. Ms. Cannon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have asked Dr. Jennifer Green, our Public Health Director, to give a very brief update on the COVID-19. Dr. Green, I believe, is with us remotely. Good morning, Dr. Green.
Good morning. I will provide an update about a couple of things in terms of testing, tracing, and trends for COVID-19. Statewide, we have 18,000 cases, more than 18,000 cases statewide in North Carolina. In addition, we have 659 deaths and 493 individuals that are hospitalized. That number has held steady over the past several weeks, so that is good news. Another metric that we want to look at in terms of testing is the percentage of tests that come back positive. We know that in North Carolina we are ramping up testing, and so we can expect that we will have an increased number of cases. What's also important to look at is the percentage of those cases that come back positive. Statewide, this percentage is about 7% of cases are positive, and that number has held steady over the last several days, so that is positive, even as we are seeing an increase in number of cases. Here in Cumberland County, as of Saturday, we have 439 cases. About half of those, 54%, are among females, and the average age among our cases is 42. We have 11 deaths here in Cumberland County, and if we look at our zip code data, our cases are highest in zip code 28314, and that's followed by zip codes 28304, 28306, and 28348. So that shows where our zip codes are, where our cases are the highest, and I'll loop back around to that in just a moment. In terms of tracing, we are continuing to do contact tracing for all of our positive cases in Cumberland County. So we identify those cases and then make contact with all of the close contacts. As you know, we've requested assistance through temporary nurses to assist with contact tracing and to assist with testing. And so we are expecting that, given your approval this morning, we are expecting to be able to get additional help on board soon. We have enough contact tracers, about 15, in addition to our normal staff assisting each day. And so I want to say thank you to services and to the library for also providing us with additional volunteers to help with contact tracing. As you know, the state health department has also ramped up their contact tracers and are in the process of hiring. So we have a regional supervisor has been hired through the state health department with contact tracing, and that means that very soon, this week or next, we will be able to have additional contact tracers from the state be able to provide additional assistance with contact tracing. So as soon as that asset is available, we will request that, and we'll be requesting the help from at least 10 different individuals for contact tracing. I want to also provide an update about testing and where we are with testing here in Cumberland County. So over the last week, in a couple of weeks, we've done quite a bit of work in testing ready in our community. So on Friday, with the help of PIO, we have on our website now of available sites that we know of that are doing testing. And so that's on the health department website page. There's a new testing and collection website, and that will show you all the locations in Cumberland County that are doing testing. It has contact information for them. We'd encourage members of the public to visit that website, but before going out to a test, to call them first. Each site has a different eligibility criteria. So we want you to call ahead of time, check the eligibility criteria with that individual site, and then and make sure that you are eligible before you go out for testing. Some require appointments and some do not. We also want you to verify within the cost. The cost we know varies by site. So please check that information ahead of time. And then we are also ramping up health department, and we will, starting tomorrow, Manna Church, we will have testing available on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Manna Church. That testing is by appointment only, and we need individuals to complete an online assessment form in advance. That assessment form will allow you to assess to see if you meet criteria for testing and to complete your paperwork ahead of time. So the idea is that once you get on site, we'll have minimal time on site with you. We'll go through the drive-through because we want have minimal contact with our staff and minimal contact with and no contact with other members of the public because you've done your paperwork ahead of time. And so that online assessment form will be available later this morning. And many, many thanks to our IT and IS staff who worked for the weekend to make sure that the assessment was available. So thank you to them to doing that and partnering with us on that effort. That again, it's 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays. Tuesdays and Wednesdays by appointment only. There are some additional information on the website. We'll also have some frequently asked questions about how to get your results, when you'll get results, what when you get on site, and some additional information on the website later this morning. So I'll pause there and see if there are any additional questions.
At this time, are there any questions for Dr. Green?
Jimmy has this.
Jimmy, I see your hand.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Keith.
Dr. Green, I believe that you gave out, first of all, the audio was a little bit difficult. I don't know if you guys could hear from there, but it was a little difficult from my area. But I heard you say that the average age of a COVID diagnosed patient was in the 40s.
Correct.
Yeah. Are you able to? I would imagine that most of those patients are recovering at home. Are you able to tell us what the average age of a hospitalization is?
I do not have that information. let me think, I'll have to think through about how we can get that information. The challenging part about the hospitalizations is that people are in and out of the hospital frequently. So we'll have to collaborate. So that changes on a daily basis. We'll have to collaborate with the hospital on that part. I don't have that information off of hand.
Yeah. I just think that there might be a perception from people that the average age of most of these young people are recovering at home. Is that correct?
Correct. Most people are recovering at home, and the state does have recovery data available statewide. We don't yet have it county level, but I can see if that's information that the hospital has. Okay, I will check on that part.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Green.
Are there other questions for Dr. Green this morning? If not, Dr. Green, thank you so much once again. We appreciate the job that you're doing, and you do it well, and we're proud of you, and we thank you for what you mean to this county in the short time you've been here.
Thank you.
Next item is the consent agenda. Ms. Cannon?
Yes, sir. Item number 3 is the consent agenda, and there are no changes.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Okay, motion approved. Is there a second? Second. Okay, moved by Commissioner Adams, second by Commissioner Booth. Any comments, questions, or discussion on the motion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Jimmy? You?
Oh, I thought you were going to do a roll call vote, Mr. Chairman. I apologize.
Is that a yes? Okay. Okay, that vote is unanimous. Let me check those names off real quick. Adams, Booth, Evans, Fairclough, Keith, and Lancaster. That is unanimous. Okay, next item is Cannon.
Yes, sir. That moves us to item 4, items of business. Item A is consideration of a revised schedule for the fiscal year 2021 budget work sessions and the public hearing. Several months ago, the board approved a budget schedule, and that budget schedule included a presentation of the recommended budget on Thursday, May 28th at 7 p.m. at a special meeting. Since then, based on COVID-19 and preparations for the recommended budget, a recommendation was made to move that budget presentation as an item of business at your June 1st meeting. And so today we're asking that the board ratify that recommendation, and this is the revised schedule, and that is the only change that's been proposed in this schedule.
Okay, I'll call on Commissioner Adams.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve the consideration of the revised schedule for the fiscal year 2021 budget work session.
Okay. Is there a second?
Public hearing. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Adams, second by Commissioner Booth. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, I'll call for your vote. All in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Okay. Mr. Lancaster votes aye. Mr. Keith?
Aye.
Mr. Keith votes aye. Okay, that okay, that is unanimous. Next item is Keith.
Yes, sir. Item 4B is an update on revenue trends amid COVID-19. And so our budget staff has been tracking all revenue sources, but there are really 4 that have been identified that are very sensitive to the national economy and also to the local economic conditions. As you know, ad valorem taxes and sales tax make up about 70% of all general fund revenue. Food and beverage and occupancy tax are significant revenue sources for the Crown Coliseum for operations and debt service. The good news is or was pre-COVID, sales tax, food and beverage and occupancy tax was exceeding our budget projections as well as the actual received last year. We were having significant growth in all of these areas, and our tax office, again, was working on 99.6+% of collections. That's That's the good news pre-COVID. Let's fast forward to March when the stay-at-home order was put in place and the situation quickly deteriorated and changed. Now, the difficult part of projecting the impact is there's a lag between the time the taxes incurred, sales tax paid at the retail location or the occupancy at a hotel or motel. It's really about 2 months before the sales are reported from the state of North Carolina to the county or occupancy tax is paid and reported in the tax office. So we have some preliminary data for the month of March. I've included in the memorandum that occupancy tax appears to be down about 35% compared to the same month, March 19th. And so, and you have to put this in perspective, that this was only a partial month of the stay-at-home order. Food and beverage retailers are reporting significant reductions due to restaurant closures and bar closures. Now, fast food restaurants are doing extremely well, but dine-in restaurants are down as much as 80 to 85%. Sales tax is down based on March revenue, 16 sales or 16% less than March of last year. We wanted to take a little bit deeper dive, and so our budget staff actually did surveys of local restaurants, surveys of local hotels. They worked diligently with the tax office, looking at the occupancy tax returns, food and beverage returns, and we believe that these numbers in this memorandum are as accurate as possible that we have today. Ad valorem collections, we believe, are going to end probably as much as 1% less than the prior year. Our tax office, please know, we're working diligently, even under a partial closure. Our agents are continuing to collect, but it's made a little bit more difficult by those that are now unemployed as a result of the shutdown. And so, obviously, this has changed the preparation of the recommended budget. I see this as a no-growth budget in the upcoming year, and we're still trying to tie all the pieces together. The difficulty is determining what a recovery might look like for our community, and so we are projecting these revenue sources for the next 14 months on a monthly basis, and we'll have a significant detail in the recommended budget, but I would say that very little will be funded in the recommended budget. Of course, the adopted budget is for your consideration, and we'll be ready June 1st to present that. Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Ms. Cannon. We're really looking forward in kind of a morbid way to that budget presentation. At this time, any commissioners have any questions for Ms. Cannon? Any of the remote commissioners? Anybody? Okay. Thank you so much for that report, and we do look forward to that meeting. I was just kidding about being more. Next item, Ms. Cannon.
Yes, sir. Item 4C is an item that is being moved forward from the agenda session last week. And after Mr. Jackson has some additional and new information, maybe to share with the board or a different perspective. But item C is the obligation of the Matthew Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Funding by the North Carolina Office of Recovery and Resiliency. And there is an associated budget amendment ordinance that I'll ask Mr. Jackson to share some additional perspective since last Thursday.
Thank you.
There was obviously some debate and some discussion at the agenda session about this particular item. Staff went back, we looked at what the state has posted in terms of information that would tell us some of their plans. If you'll recall, last December, state representatives were here, and they did indicate in the discussion at that time that there would be more funding coming into Cumberland County than was originally reported with the initial CDBG grant. For quarter 2019, if you go back and look at that online, right now it shows approximately $20 million of projects, administrative costs, costs that are allocated to Cumberland County. Now that may be projects within the county, things that the county doesn't have a direct hand in, so that could be city of Fayetteville or other things. But we really don't know. That kind of puts us at a disadvantage. The manager and I have discussed this, and it may be worthwhile to ask the state to come back and to explain where they're at the first quarter of 2020 with their plans for dollars coming into Cumberland County. So that is a suggestion we'd like to put out there for you, but something to think about. I know the request was to deobligate a certain amount of funds, but if you would like for us to contact the state, to reach out to them and to ask them to come and present at one of your future meetings prior to debating that any further, that may be a more palatable option than deobligating those funds today.
Commissioners, any reaction to that? Call on Commissioner Bruce.
Just real quickly, I'd love to hear that. This is just, I'm not sure where, I just remember the very upbeat presentations about what help this money was going to be, and for us to think outside the box, look to the future, how could this help our people and everything, and then now it's gone. So I'd just like to see, I got all pumped up to see what we were going to do with $30 million, and now we're saying, hope you feel better. It's not really going to happen. I'd like to hear where we didn't get it. I've tried to call some of the other counties and stuff like that, and it doesn't seem to be a real hard, fast mathematical formula on who got what amount to start with. Those don't seem to be rationally based, and then who got what of what they said they would get. So I'd like to have, wherever this comes from, I'd like to hear an explanation. Thank you. That's a good idea.
That's better.
Mr. Keith?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I got a couple things. First of all, I think we have to not acknowledge this was a very, the FEMA funding afterwards was a bigger disaster than Hurricane Matthew. And I think everybody would agree with that across the state. There was a lot of inconsistencies. I think Mr. Jackson mentioned that there were 3 different agencies at the state level that came out. But the bottom line is Cumberland County was promised $34 million along with the city of Fayetteville. And as best as we can figure right now, we have only been able to acknowledge 10% of that money. And now this deobligation request means that Cumberland County is going to be giving up, if you will, up to $30 million, which can be transformational in a lot of different areas. I guess my questions is I acknowledge that the state has been very much all over the board on this, but we were promised time and time and time again by the state that these projects were on track, that all we had to do was submit paperwork for them and we would be funded for them. And then they came back and there was a change every single time we went. So my question is, before we go back to the state and ask what this money is, I would like to know what our plans are. Do we have a written plan for this $34 million that's out there to include Robbins Meadows? And that, have we asked for $34 million worth of stuff, or are we just waiting for the state? So I think that's part of the solution too. I do applaud Mr. Jackson for at least going up there and saying, let's get some updated information. Thank you.
Mr. Jackson?
Yes, Commissioner Keith, what I can tell you is that going back to 2016, the county had submitted plans for those dollars, and through the process of changing personalities, changing agencies, state level, we've arrived at where we are today. There was no option for us to continue any further. The state was pulling those funds back from the counties. And they have their own plans and their own formula for executing projects based on the needs that they have identified through FEMA and other information and analysis. That's all we know right now.
Jimmy? Commissioner
Are the same plans that we had 3 years ago consistent with plans that you would present today?
Not based on what I've seen today, no, sir.
Okay, so maybe.
So there.
Okay.
Commissioner Adams?
So, Mr. Chairman, I'd ask me not to move forward on this item, do like Commissioner Booth has indicated, and Mr. Jackson has indicated, and get some further information before we take any action on this.
You put that in form of a motion?
I move that.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we table item 4C. Is there any discussion on that motion? If not, can I have your vote? All in favor?
Aye. Larry.
Aye.
Okay, Mr. Keefe is an aye, Mr. Lancaster is an aye, and the four members present, aye. That is unanimous. Thank you, Commissioners. Item 4D, Ms. Cannon.
Yes, sir. Item 40.
I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
Item 40 is consideration of a resolution to amend the local act authorizing the food and beverage tax. This item is actually being moved forward from the May 14th agenda session. The discussion was about requesting the local legislative delegation to sponsor a local bill to amend the act authorizing the food and beverage tax. And the ask would be to remove the sunset provision and clarify that the tax proceeds can be used for an arts and entertainment facility anywhere within the county. This matter is on an item of business today for discussion. And so with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll see if you have any questions of myself or the county attorney.
Okay, before we vote, is there any questions or comments on that? I call on Commissioner Booth.
Just real quick, I see this as a win-win, because if we free up the sunset provision on that, then anything we do in upgrading, demolishing, improving, building new facilities, expanding facilities would come from that fund, which would free up money for other things that may be a little more near and dear to our heart. If Mr. Adams has a local project and we cut this funding supply off for Crown issues, then the heart projects may not get trumped over what our day-to-day business operations are. I think this is an opportunity to commit long-term to something we've already committed to long-term. We're not, the Crown's always going to be here, and now it's time to, move on with whatever else we're going to do in that same realm. But if we cut off this opportunity to have a continual funding source, and I think that any little local project we might have in the back of our mind, we just have to give them up, because in the future we're not going to have the money. We're going to have to be using general fund money to do local stuff, and business comes for opportunity.
Mr. Keefe?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To kind of piggyback a little bit on Mr. Booth, not only does it, if this were not to pass, not only does it stop us from any new projects, not just a specific project, but it effectively puts a nail in the coffin of the Crown Coliseum in itself in operations. This fund right now subsidizes the Crown Coliseum over a couple $1 million a year, and if this is not able to extend, it will effectively either shut down the Crown or it'll have to come out of the general fund in the neighborhood of $2+ million. And that'll be a decision that commissioners have to make in the next 2 or 3 years. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I agree. Any other questions, discussion, comments? Yeah, my only comment, I was just going to reiterate what Commissioner Keefe said. It puts everything in jeopardy if this does not pass in the General Assembly. So this is very critical to any further step that we make in in the arts type of venue. Okay, let me call for what do we have? Yeah, we need to vote on the resolution. That's correct.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the resolution to amend the local act authorizing the food and beverage tax and forward on to our delegation.
Okay, is there a second?
Second, by Larry.
Second by Commissioner Lancaster. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Mr. Lancaster is an aye. Mr. Keefe is an aye. Commissioner Booth is an aye. Commissioner Adams is an aye. Commissioner Faircloth is an aye. All opposed? Mr. Evans is opposed. Motion passes 5-1. Next item, Ms.
Yes, sir. Item number 5 are the board's nominations.
Okay, the first nomination is for the Joint Planning Board. There are 2 vacancies. I see 3 hands, and I don't know who was up first. Any, meeny, miny, mo, Commissioner Booth.
Commissioner.
Okay, I just have one, Gary Burton. He's a local fellow, started here in Fayetteville, Pine Forest, went to Fayetteville Tech, got his engineering degree at Appalachian State, worked as an engineer in Division 6 here, at DOT for 30 years, retired, and has got expertise and knowledge and time on his hands.
Okay, I saw Keith second, I think, because I went that way.
Mr. Chair, I'm good, thank you.
I would,
Commissioner Adams, excuse me.
I'm sorry, Cassandra, Kasandra, Herbert, Herbert.
Okay, are there further nominations?
Has Lori Epler been, excuse me, Mr. Chair, has Lori Epler been nominated?
No, sir.
I'd like to nominate Lori Epler for a second term.
Okay, we have Gary Burton, Cassandra Herbert, B-E-R-T, yes. And Lori Epler. Are there further nominations for Joint Planning Board? Okay, close those nominations. All right. Secondly, item B is for the Board of Adjustment. There's 1 vacancy. I see Commissioner Adams' hand first.
Mr. Chairman, Marvin Lucas Moore is eligible for reappointment. I would, I'll place her in nomination.
Okay, are there further nominations for Board of Adjustment? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move to item.
Mr. Chair, before we get to that next item on the Parks and Rec, there's no recommendations on this Park and Rec, and I know that the board was a little bit of in flux with the number of people. Has that all been settled out? There are no recommendations from the Parks and Rec board for these 4 vacancies. So are we straight on the Parks and Rec board?
It could be that we don't have any representation on that board, so that when we come from the county side of the Parks and Rec board. Most everybody on the Parks and Rec board now is the city until we start putting our folk on there. Maybe they didn't think to make a recommendation over to the county. I don't know that.
It's my understanding Mr. Jackson is the management liaison to the Parks and Rec Board, but it's my understanding that we will lose most of our members, and you see those listed here, and we will not have any county representation on the Parks and Recreation Board. It also appears that the city is continuing to fill their vacancies. And so in discussion with Commissioner Lancaster, who has been involved with that Parks and Rec Board, we felt that we should move this forward so that the county perspective is heard through these positions on the board.
Okay, do I see any nominations at this point? Commissioner Booth.
Well, first of all, I thank Commissioner Adams for putting Ms. Herbert on there. I kind of like to look and see people that took the extra step to either go to some of our academies or fill out the applications and stuff, and she is one. She was going to be one of mine for this, but there's another female on there named Vicki Mullins, who retired from Cooperative Extension, so I'd like to put that one name in, Vicki Mullins, and then also Lewis Wood, Jeremy George, and that's all I have at this point.
Mr. Adams.
Andrew Dempster, Jr. Thank you.
We have 4 nominations. Are there others? Keith, I cannot see your hand.
No, sir. No, sir. I was going through I apologize. I was going through the agenda. I'm good.
Okay, guys, you went blank there for a second. No further nominations? Okay, we'll move on to appointments. I'd like to call on Vice Chairman, Mr. Glenn Adams.
Mr. Chairman, there are 2 up for appointment for the ABC Board, Paul Crenshaw and Tammy Graham. I would move that they be reappointed to the ABC Board. They're eligible for reappointment.
Okay, I'll second the motion. Is there any discussion? All in favor of those appointments?
Yes.
Mr. Keith?
Yes.
Commissioner Lancaster?
Yes.
Okay, that's unanimous. Write that down before I forget it. Okay, next item is to recess the Board of Commissioners meeting, which I will do at this time. And I will convene the Bragg Estates Water and Sewer District Governing Board meeting. First item, Ms. Kim.
Yes, sir. This is item 7 on the agenda, and actually, all of the items are under the consent agenda for the Bragg Estates Water and Sewer District. First being the approval of the April 20 minutes for the district of the governing board. Items B and C were items that were presented at the May 14th agenda session, and they need to be approved on the district side as well. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Booth.
I move that we approve the minutes, the amendments of the owner agenda, agreement number 1 with McGill Associates, and approval of the engaging outside counsel to provide clean title opinion for us.
Okay, do I hear a second? Motion by Booth, second by Adams. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Keith, yes.
Okay, that's unanimous again. And that was 7A. Okay, that was 7A, B, and C.
Yes, he did all 3.
Did all 3 at once. You did, okay. Okay, item 8, we do have a closed session. I'm sorry?
We need to adjourn the Bragg Estates.
My bad, yes, I'm so sorry. This time I adjourn the Bragg Estates Board and reconvene the County Commissioners meeting. Item 8 is a closed session, Ms.
Yes,
Kim.
sir, for our county clients.
Can we get that statute, please?
318-1183.
Yes. And so,
318-1183.
318-1183, I'm sorry.
Second.
Okay, was there a motion? Motion by Booth, second by Adams. All in favor of going into closed session?
Yes. Larry. Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
That's unanimous.
I think we take maybe a 5-minute recess to clear the lines and if we can make sure that